A weapons-obsessed sadist who left a city business analyst in a permanent coma after a cowardly and sadistic knife attack has been jailed for life. Barry Peacham, 26, stabbed Kiki Grau, 29, in the head and between the legs before grabbing her handbag as she walked home through Castle Green Park, Dagenham, East London. Newlywed Ms. Rao, who was minutes away from her home when she was attacked, remains in a permanent vegetative state and is unlikely to ever recover. Peacham had waited until Ms. Rao walked through the park on her own before pouncing with brutal knife slashes at just after 9:45 p.m. on the 13th of February. He tried to distance himself from the savage attack by dumping Ms. Rao's laptop, bank cards and iPhone down drains near the scene of the crime. Kiki Grau, right, was left lying in the park with traumatic brain injuries and stab wounds until a passerby spotted her and called 999 at 9:51 p.m. Peacham, left, was found guilty of wounding with intent and robbery after a trial at the Old Bailey. But he was so confident nobody had witnessed the attack Peacham that he changed clothes and returned to the park with his girlfriend's mother's dog later that night. Ms. Rao was left lying in the park with traumatic brain injuries and stab wounds until a passerby spotted her and called 999 at 9:51 p.m. Peacham, who has previous convictions for robbery and possessing offensive weapons, bragged to his friends, "I stabbed her multiple times" days after the attack. But he denied involvement when prosecutors linked him to the attack through circumstantial evidence in what police described as a crime of pure evil. Sentencing Peacham to at least 9 years behind bars, Judge Anne Molyneux said Kiki's mother described a feeling of permanent shadow, adding, "Your actions have destroyed her life," and that if her family. Peacham stabbed Kiki Grau in the head and between the legs before grabbing her handbag as she walked home through Castle Green Park, Dagenham, East London, pictured. Peacham, of no fixed address, was cleared of attempted murder but convicted of the alternative charge of wounding with intent and robbery after an Old Bailey trial last month. Judge Anne Molyneux had adjourned sentence for a risk assessment on Peacham and to consider the danger he posed to the public, adding, "Her life was changed forever as a result of this attack." Prosecutor Julian Evans said Peacham is highly dangerous and the victim's life expectancy has been greatly diminished. Judge Molyneux described Chinging as well liked by her colleagues, a warm-hearted and happy person, a partner, a friend and someone who deeply cared for her family. She told Peacham, "This was a brutal, sadistic and cowardly attack on a lone female making her way home from work. You were a predator and you showed no mercy." Kiki's husband Asker Weasel said in a statement that he will always cherish the final kiss he shared with his wife. "The violence you used went way beyond any violence that might have been necessary for a robbery. As her mother describes it, a permanent shadow has been planted in my heart." Tyrone Belger, defending, said he could offer no real mitigation for Peacham.